Hey guys, so this is the look I'm going to be doing for you today. I used almost all Maybelline products except for a couple of things that didn't really matter anyway. All the important things were Maybelline, and I wanted to do a one brand tutorial just to see, you know, if I could do a full face and how it would turn out and how the products work and everything. So that's what I did today. It is a dramatic look. I wanted to do something different because I feel like I've been doing a lot of like, I don't know, neutrals or like warm colors, and then I've been doing a lot of nude lips with like the same exact lip colors and everything lately. So I want to do something a little more outside of the box and a little more different. And yeah, this is what I came up with. So I hope you guys enjoy the look. Please turn on post notifications if you have not yet, because I know a lot of my subscribers are telling me they don't even know when I upload videos. They're not like notified. They don't even see them anymore. I kind of feel like subscribers don't matter anymore. The same with like Instagram. Your followers don't matter. You have to like people have to be like notified. Otherwise people don't see your stuff anymore with all these algorithms, YouTube and Instagram and everyone else is coming out with. It's really frustrating. So if you want to see my videos on a more regular basis, just hit the bell button and then you'll be notified if I ever upload a video. Same goes with Instagram. If you want to be notified whenever I upload something, then you can turn on notifications to see my posts on Instagram as well. So yeah, let's just get into the video and show you how I got this look. Okay, so we are starting out skin fully prepped and everything. I actually realized like after I get home and after I'd gotten everything already that I didn't get like any prepping kind of stuff from Maybelline. I think it's just cause like I don't usually do a lot of prep other than my skincare, so I didn't even think to get like a primer or something because I never really use primer or anything like that. So I did just use kind of my usual stuff to prep my skin and everything, but I'll just let you know what I used anyway, even though it's not Maybelline. I have my regular moisturizer on, which is a MAC Time Check lotion, and then I use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the Champagne Pop color, and then I sprayed my face with the Badescu Cucumber facial spray, and then for my lips, I finally found something that works for my dry lips, and someone, I think a couple of people actually, I forget where I asked. Was it on like Instagram maybe? Or it was on Instagram or it was on here or something. I asked for recommendations on lip product because you guys know my lips are always really dry. I finally went and got what you guys recommended most, which was the Bite Agave Lip Mask. And this is just the natural one. I think there's flavors or colors, I don't know. But I got the one that's the natural one. And I put that on my lips. It is literally a miracle product. I'm obsessed, so I'm so excited that I got this and that you guys recommended it because I'll be using that forever and ever. I'm gonna use that in my kit on people, like I'm obsessed. So that was a great recommendation. So that is all that I have on right now. And the first thing I wanna do is, I think I wanna do my brows first because I just feel more like, I don't know, together when I don't have any other makeup on, when I have my eyebrows on. And I feel like I've been doing it recently where I do my brows first, and I feel like I can kind of get an idea for my eye makeup a little better, and I like the way my eye makeup turns out better when I do my brows first. So that's what we'll do. And for the brows, I'm going to be using this new product from Maybelline. It's the Tattoo Studio Waterproof Brow Gel. I think this was supposed to be an answer to that, what's that product called? I don't know what it's called, but you guys know what I'm thinking of. That's supposed, it's like that product where you like, the Wonder Brow. I think that's what it is, the Wonder Brow. So basically it looks like this, and when you open it up, it's got like a lip gloss wand almost. So obviously I'm not gonna apply it with this because that would be a hot fucking mess, excuse my French. So let's see. It says to, yeah, it basically says to use short, smooth strokes, that's a tongue twister, starting mid-brow, and then fill and blend towards the start of your brow. And then basically once you fill it in, you're supposed to use the little spoolie that comes inside to brush it through. No, that would be a mess. So I'm just going to take it from here and grab my brow brush, which is the Anastasia 7B, which is my new favorite brow brush. And I'm basically just gonna pull off of this and then use that to fill in. But first let me zoom in real quick. So we are zoomed in And I'm gonna grab from the little doe foot wand. Now before I do that, I do wanna go in and conceal around my eyebrows so that once I have my eyebrows on, I don't have to go like after the fact and try to get really close with like my face makeup or something and then like end up messing up my eyebrows. So I'm just gonna put a little makeup around my eyebrows just so I don't need to like go near them at all once I'm finished. And for that, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit around the top and the bottom and just blend that in with a beauty blender. All right, so there is the brow done. And I will say, like, it definitely like works in terms of like filling in my eyebrows. But the one thing, the kind of only negative I have for this so far is if you can look and kind of tell, it's super warm. And this is the blonde shade. And I just feel like that's like something that I always see at the drugstore is drugstore brow products are always so like orangey, especially the light colors like the blonde and stuff like that. It always comes out so orange and I don't understand why, like what's the dysfunction in making like a cool tone brow product, especially since like it seems like products just naturally turn warmer in your eyebrow. I have literally no clue why that is, but given that fact, which is like I think a pretty well-known thing, like it's, you know, I don't know, I think it's pretty well known. You'd think these companies make things that are like a lot more gray toned, especially if it's supposed to be like blonde. Like this is not strawberry blonde, this is not auburn, this is just blonde. So I feel like it should be a little lighter and a little more gray toned, because I think, you know, my hair, my roots are pretty dark, but if I was like this color blonde all over, this would look dumb. Like this would look really stupid because it would be so like warm and not matching, you know what I'm saying? So that's my only criticism. It went out really nice. I was able to get a lot of precision, but then I could do those little hair strokes in the front that I like to do and kind of make it look fluffy and more natural in the front. So I definitely like the product. I just really don't like the color. And in terms of the, you know, 2-day wear time claim that this will stand for 2 days, obviously I won't know that. And I probably won't know that ever because I wash my face and I take a shower. So this might be something I might put on and like test it out on a day where I'm like not wearing any makeup really, or if I know for a couple days I'm not really gonna wear makeup at all, I might put this on and then try to wear it for 2 days. But since I'm doing a full face, I know I'm gonna like scrub my face tonight to get everything off, so I won't be able to tell, you know, if this stays on for 2 days. Alrighty, so there are the brows done. Like I said, I like the product. I think it went out really nice. I just wish it wasn't so warm, you know? So I'm going to now prime my eyes. Obviously, I already have a little bit of that concealer sort of in the top part of my eyelid. But to prime my lid, I'm going to actually go in with a lipstick from Maybelline. This is called Smoky Jade. It is what I'm going to be using on my lips today. I wanted to do something really different, but I'm also going to use it as an eyeshadow base. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put it on my eyelid and then blend it out.
By the stormy seas, oh, you meant the world to me.
Alrighty, I know this looks crazy, but it will get better. So I'm going to start out first by using a transition color, and I got this palette. It is the City Mini palette in the color Urban Jungle, which is the green colors, because I've been looking at this for a long time. Like every time I look at Maybelline eyeshadows, I always go to this palette because it's got like these awesome like olives and stuff. But in the palette, it doesn't really have a transition, and you know, you don't have to have a transition, but I like just having transition shades because I feel like it makes it easier to kind of get the look and whatever, make sure it's nice and blended. And I'm also a creature of habit. I'm just used to using transition colors. So since that doesn't have one, I am going to go into this palette, which is the Master Bronze and Highlight palette, which I got for my bronzer and highlight. And I think I'm going to start with this color, this bronzer color right here, and use that as a transition. So I'm using a Morphe R38. But actually, now that I look at it, it's really shimmery. Now, I think I'm gonna go in with this color here instead. Okay, And then I'm just gonna blend that in my crease to create a nice transition. Next, I'm gonna go into the Urban Jungle palette, and I'm gonna go in with this color here, which is like a really dark matte olive green. And I'm gonna start pressing that in the outer corner. And then once it's down in the corner, I'm gonna take this brush, a Morphe R39, and start to blend that out into the crease color. And now I'm basically going back and forth between the dark green shade and my crease color, and just kind of layering them both. So I'll like apply a little bit more of the green and then go back in with this brush and blend it out, and just kind of continue to do that until it's nice and blended, as much as you want it to be blended. And I'm not really, I don't know, so far I'm not really winging this out. I'm just kind of keeping it, I'm kind of letting it happen where it happens, if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna I'm not pulling it out on purpose. I'm just putting it in the outer corner and then blending it in, and just kind of letting it land where it lands, basically. Because I don't want to do another wing. I feel like I always do that. I know it looks, I mean, it looks good on my eye shape, so that's why I always do it, but I don't want to do the same thing every time. Okay, next for my lid, I want to do something with some sparkle. So I'm going to do two different things. So first, I'm going to take this corner shade here, and I'm going to wet this brush and then apply it all over the lid with the damp brush. So I've loaded it on my brush. I'm using my same setting spray that I used on my face. Oh, that is like exactly what I wanted that color to be. That's exactly how I hoped it would turn out when I look at it in the palette. It's beautiful. And now I am going to go into the darkest shade here. It's kind of like a really dark green. It's darker than this guy here, but this has like little shimmer thingamajigs in it. So I want to layer that on the outer corner to bring a little bit of this sort of shimmery look to the outer corner. So again, picking some up and then spraying it with my setting spray. And I'm keeping that right to the outer corner there. I'm not bringing it up as high as I did with that first matte dark green I used. And once I really have it laid down, I'm going to do like I always do and sort of just dab around the edges to get it to blend into the other colors. I don't want to like overly blend that with like a fluffy brush or anything, because then it's going to pull that dark color too far out, and I really want it just like right there. So whenever I want to like blend something out, but I don't want it to kind of get everywhere, I will do that technique where I just kind of like dab it. Okay, using the same brush again, I want to add a little bit of brightness in my inner corner. So I'm first going to go in with the green shade in this corner, which is more of just a metallic. It doesn't have as much glitter as the other ones did. So I'm going to get that on the brush and wet the brush again. You don't necessarily have to wet the brush as much as I am. I'm just doing that because I really want these to stand out and I don't want to like waste my time. So I'm just going in and wetting it to start out with, so I know that it's going to turn out, you know, as bright as I want it to from the get-go. And I'm just putting that on the inner part and blending it over a little bit. And then I'm going to go back with that first lid color I used and dab that on like where they meet. And I'm really proud of myself. I'm actually going to use every single color in this palette. I wanted to, and I wasn't sure how I was going to, but I have managed to do it. So I'm going to take the last two colors I haven't used yet, the yellow and the white, and I'm just going to go back and forth between the two and mix them together because I don't want this to be too yellow and I don't want it to be so vibrantly white. So hopefully this mixture will make, I don't know, kind of like a nice gold, light gold. And I'm gonna use that right on the inner corner to highlight. Yeah, that's perfect. And I'm gonna dab it there. And then kind of blend it around this edge here so that the green isn't just kind of like stopping at my inner corner. This is making sure it kind of fades nicely. I'm gonna now do some wing liner, and for that I'm using the Maybelline gel liner Blackest Black, and to apply that I'm using a Morphe M160. So now I'm gonna do some lashes. I, again, thought I had a Maybelline mascara, and I don't. I don't know, I thought I had one, but whatever. So I'm going to use a different mascara. I'm just gonna use my usual one, my favorite, the MAC in Extreme Dimension. And then for lashes, because I feel like this kind of look, it's so smoky, I want a lash on. I'm gonna use the Salon Perfect number 614 lashes, which are these beautifully amazing, very long and wispy lashes. So before I go in and do the bottom of my eye, I'm gonna put a little concealer just under my eye so that when I actually go in with concealer for real, after I do my foundation, I don't have to like get really close to my lower lash line because it'll already have concealer under it. It also will help the eyeshadow to stick better under my eye.
Sorry, I have to do a voiceover real quick. Baby girl started getting a little fussy, but basically I just did my lower lash line next. I put the same bronzer and then the matte green shade, followed by some gel liner and mascara on my lower lash line, and that just kind of completed the underneath of my eye.
Why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
Now let's move on to the face. I'm using the Maybelline Super Stay foundation, and I'm using my usual shades, 110 and 128, just mixing them together, and using this MAC, I think this is a 187 brush, yeah, to apply that all over. I'm then using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and this I believe is the lightest shade they make, and putting that all over to conceal and highlight as I usually would, like under my eyes and then down the center of my face as well. And then I'm gonna go in and set everything. So I used the Fit Me powder in the colors 5 and 20. And I used the number 5, which is the lightest one, under my eyes to set the concealer. And then I also put that anywhere on the face that I also highlighted with that really light concealer. And then I took my MAC 140 brush and used the darker shade of the powder to set everywhere else. And then I kind of buff around the edges of the highlighted areas with that powder as well, just to make sure the highlighted areas blend into the rest of the face really well. So next I'm going with bronzer. I started off with this warmer color and used that to kind of bronze and contour, but on its own I felt like it was just like a little too warm for me by itself. So after I did that, I went in with the darkest shade because it's more of like a gray cool tone, and I put that, basically just layered that on top a little more lightly because it's a little more dark, but then kind of blended around everything just so it wasn't so like intensely warm. So now I'm taking this Fit Me blush, and I believe it's called Mauve is the name of this one. And using this Morphe brush, I'm just gonna put that on my cheeks as I usually would. And then I always like to kind of take that blush on the chin and the nose as well. And then I am going to spray my face really quick because that powder is super matte. I do like the way it looks, nothing wrong with it, but it is super matte. So I just wanted to add a little hydration back into my skin before I went in with the highlighter from the bronzer palette, and then just highlighted my cheekbones down in the center of my face as I usually do. And then I did also highlight my collarbones and like my shoulders as well.
Okay, so now I'm taking the Smoky Jade lipstick, And this is the only green they had. Like I said, I want to do something different. This is the only green they had. I don't know if it's going to come out a little more on like the grayish green side, but we'll see. Yeah, it's kind of coming out a little blue. Since I don't have a liner that's exactly this color, I'm going to go in with an angle brush that I used for my eyeliner, and I wiped it off really good. And I'm just going to get the lipstick on the brush and use this to get like a nice crisp line. So this is really cute lipstick. It's a little more kind of bluey, like I don't know, like a gray green or a bluey green. It's a little more blue than I wanted it to be. So to just adjust that a little bit, I'm going to take the matte dark green we used earlier, and I'm just going to pat this kind of on the outer edges of the lip just to make it a little more green looking. Okay, so that is the finished look. I'm like in love with how it turned out. All these products like blew my mind, especially the powders. These are like some of the best powders I've used, and it's funny because I've heard a lot of people talk about it. That's why I got these specific ones, and they're literally insane. Like my skin looks like so smooth and poreless. Like I've never seen it look so smooth. That in conjunction with this foundation, it's like, I really, really like the way it looked. This palette is also really, really awesome. This is a little too warm. This is a little too cool. So I bet if I mix those together from the get-go, that'll be like the perfect contour bronzer kind of color. This highlight is stunning. As you can see, it's super bright. I really enjoy that a lot. This blush, it was kind of like, yeah, it's good. You know, nothing blew my mind. It's a very light pink, so that's kind of how it came off, like a really soft mauve pink. It's definitely a pretty color, but it's not like anything I would like, you know, be like, oh my god, this is like the best blush ever, you know. It's a goodish blush, you know. Eyeshadow palette, love, stunning. I really, really love these olivey tones that are a little more toned down. It's not too green, which is nice. And kind of some of my old favorites, obviously the gel liner, the foundation, the concealer. You guys already know I love those. I've been using those for a while now. They're great. Brows, you know how I feel about that. I kind of went into pretty good detail with that in the beginning. And then as far as the lipstick goes, the formula feels really nice. It's definitely more of a dry matte for sure. But it's really nice. Went on super nice. I'm sure, like, just kind of the way it feels, I'm sure it's going to wear fairly well like any other matte lipstick would. And I think that's pretty much everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you like the look. I'm totally in love with this look. If you want to see any more of these type of videos or like more drugstore videos, let me know, because I would love to do them for you, because like, I mean, I'm just like, I'm really in love with how this turned out, so like I kind of want to do more. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.